Hey, everybody. Welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys. So, as you guys know, we were not able to do hot, messy topics today. And it's only because Jason is downstairs and he is building 500 things and he's about to go back to Charleston. And then that kind of leaves me here. So, we're trying to figure it all out in the move. It's a lot, you guys. And I fell. Literally walking up the stairs, I like fell and busted my ass. So much fun. But here we go. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So we're starting off with thank you to All About the Real Housewives. Apparently, they titled this Louis Ruelas claims his ex, leaked info to co-stars to use against him and Teresa in their $5 million lawsuit. So Louis Ruelas' battle with his ex-fiancee Vanessa Reiser has turned nasty as the Real Housewives of New Jersey husband has responded to a new lawsuit filed in February. Now, the U.S. Sun reports that Teresa's husband, Louis, claims his ex was disclosing confidential information about him and his wife to their New Jersey cast members to use against them on the hit Bravo show. But in February, attorney Kevin S. Johnson and his firm Johnson Litigation Group alleged that Louis Ruelas and private investigator Bo Dietl launched a harassment and abuse campaign against Vanessa Reiser. So Louis, Bo Dietl, and other defendants filed a response to the lawsuit on April 18th. And in addition to airing their counterclaims, Louis, Bo, and others also denied the plaintiff's claims about hacking and digging up dirt on Vanessa. Now, the New Jersey husband alleges that Johnson and his law firm used unlawful and egregious misconduct and breached their ethical obligations. He also claims that Johnson slandered him and caused him to suffer significant harm. In the filing, Louis also alleges that Vanessa, a licensed psychotherapist, was gossiping with various members of the New Jersey cast so that they could use the information against him and Teresa. He's also accusing Vanessa of working with the New Jersey cast to cause drama. Ruelas believed Reiser was disclosing confidential information to patients and cast members of the Real Housewives of New Jersey to use against him and his wife in an attempt to bolster the show and continue the relentless campaign of harassment despite existing orders precluding this type of conduct. It's unclear if the leaked information will be addressed throughout season 14 of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, which is set to premiere on May 5th. But at the season 13 reunion, several cast members of the show accused Louis of hiring Bo Dietl to investigate them, which the New Jersey businessman has since denied. The allegations further divided the New Jersey cast, which was already split into separate camps, aka Team Teresa and Team Melissa. Elsewhere in the court filing, Louis admits that as a part of the investigation into Vanessa's alleged misconduct, investigators attended therapy sessions with Reiser to gain firsthand knowledge of Reiser's improper behavior and violations of both ethical and legal conduct. He also alleges that Johnson falsified emails under fake names, personas to damage Ruelas' chances in the court of law, stir controversy, and create reality TV content. Now, the 48-year-old also goes on to claim that Johnson had Vanessa, or Johnson and Vanessa had a peculiar interest in certain New Jersey cast members, as well as they had an obsession with Ruelas and the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So the court found that Johnson had a bizarre infatuation with the cast, that of which is upon information and belief that the basis for the continued media blitz and false misleading statements were made therein. Now, this all resulted in Louis' reputation being damaged beyond repair as Johnson sent confidential emails to his adversaries, knowing it would hurt him both economically and personally, as well as make for good reality TV. In court documents, Louis further argues that he suffered economic injury and mental anguish, like losing his job and multiple business opportunities. But on top of that, he also claims to have suffered more damages, including legal fees and cost, as well as humiliation, severe anxiety, and emotional distress. As previously reported, Vanessa was denied a restraining order against the New Jersey husband in October of 2023 when a New Jersey judge ruled in his favor. The court not only dismissed Miss Reiser's complaint and denied her application for a permanent restraining order, but also found that she was obsessed with Mr. Ruelas, continuously bothering him and his family. So Louis' attorney said at the time, in essence, the court held that the filing of the restraining order was akin to a publicity stunt. And when it comes to the new lawsuit, Louis is not backing down and is asking the court to award him punitive damages in the amount to be determined at trial, but in no event less than 5,000. Oh, I'm joking. 5 million plus attorney's fees. In a statement to the US Sun, the New Jersey's husband's lawyer, Jeremy Landolo, said the relentless and baseless assaults by Johnson towards my client Ruelas have inflicted significant harm, both economic and emotionally. As such, we refuse to halt our defense and will continue our attack until Mr. Ruelas is fully vindicated, made whole, and can live his life in peace, free from unwarranted attacks of Johnson and Reiser, whom seem more interested in pursuing their own distorted version of fame. I mean, guys, this is an absolute fucking shit show. But it doesn't stop there. It never does. Hold on. We're going to move over to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So Garcelle Beauvais, Beauvais, opened up about her engagement, divorce, marriage, everything from her ex-husband, Mike Nalon, the father of their 16-year-old twins, Jax and Jade, on Tuesday. While appearing on Bravo's podcast with her Beverly Hills co-star and friend, Sutton Strack, Garcelle looked back on her relationship with Mike, who she split from in 2010 due to his past affair, as she also admitted to not liking Sutton at first and shared the text received from Andy Cohen after her emotional chat with Jax. Yeah. We were together almost 2.5 years, and I came to a crossroads. That's what Garcelle revealed of Mike's early moments together on the April 16th episode of Bravo Hot Mike's podcast. I was like, what are we doing? I have a young son. Mike met Oliver when he was 7. So we actually broke up because he wasn't ready. It wasn't part of his 5-year plan. I remember he was crying. I was crying and Oliver was crying. It was really kind of sad. I was a single mom. I wanted to get married and have a stable home with a family life. Then, after not seeing one another for 3 months, Garcelle and Mike ran into one another at a movie premiere, after which their wild engagement went down. I go to the after party and I say to my girlfriend, if we're talking, come and get me. Like, come and say something and get me from the conversation. So Mike pulls me over, we're talking, and then he proposes. So Jen comes over and she's like, Garcelle, we got to go. And I go, Jen, I'm engaged. No ring, no nothing. He proposed and I was engaged. After the crazy night, Garcelle returned home to Oliver and shared her exciting news. And I said to him, I saw Mike tonight and he proposed. And he said, did you say yes? And I said, I did. And we were both so happy. And then I got to work the next day and I told Jamie Foxx, who I was working with, and I was like, you couldn't wait. Or he was like, you couldn't wait because we're almost done. And he had always said that we weren't going to mess around. So he was like, you couldn't wait. At the time, Garcelle and Mike wed in 2001. Garcelle was a working actress. I love being married so much that there was like this union in the house and the taking care of things. And I really loved being married, but I was still working, not as much as I had been. But I feel like I married a man that could provide if I wasn't working, and he felt safe, and he was a safe choice. As for her regret, Garcelle said that she wished she would have stayed married for just 1 year longer. I was married almost 9 years and I should have waited to the 10th year. So dumb. 1 more year, that's my problem. I moved too quick. Moving on to the start of her relationship with Sutton, Garcelle agreed when Sutton noted she didn't like me. What I heard was that she was a New York socialite. She hadn't worked in 17 years. I have nothing in common with that. I haven't worked in 17 years. I'd love a man to tell me not to work for 17 years. So I thought, you know what? Whatever. And she came in the car and she was like, "Oh, my kids told me that I should work." And I was just like, "Oh, okay." Now, meanwhile, Sutton was equally put off, signaling to a fashion show appearance alongside her castmate. She wanted a sandwich at the fashion show. We were in front row. Who's eating a sandwich? And I was thinking to myself, who orders a sandwich front row of New York Fashion Week? Garcelle. Then, as time continued, the ladies realized they had a lot in common. I think that we had our first like one-on-one date, and Garcelle had the nerve to ask me, "Where did you get all of your money?" She's fearless. It didn't offend me, but I was like, okay, I'm glad somebody's finally going to ask me something of content because no one had gotten to know me. So in my response, I was like, "Why do you get to ask that?" And we started laughing. But over the years, themselves, as they found themselves, single and raising children, Garcelle said that they often learned about each other and also leaned on one another. One time she was having issues with her ex and she called me and said, "How do you get along with your ex so well? Are you still sleeping with him?" And I was like, "No, I haven't gone back there." Now, also on the podcast, this Sutton admitted that Jax was brutally honest during their heart, beach scene. Garcelle agreed he's amazing before admitting that she was nervous for the scene to air. I was so scared because I was, being a mom and it's the number one job. And I was so scared that people were going to see me in a bad light. But that was really interesting that not only are Jax and I in a better place during BravoCon, people were coming up to me saying, "You're such a good mom." And the fact that your kid felt comfortable enough to say that. And I never imagined that that's what it would be. I only thought it would be bad. And I didn't think that people could relate. Wow. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. So pop off in the comment section, please. If you guys have not already, go ahead, let me know. Smash that like button, show some love, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.